Welcome back, and hello if you are new, my friends. I hope all of you are doing really well. As you can see, I am in dire need of a haircut. It's been way too long, but I hope all of you guys are doing really well. So with that in mind, I'm going to be delving into the world of Denver, Colorado for what will be this band's fourth album and their second on their label Nuclear Blast. So without further ado, let's delve into Khemmis' Deceiver. Not familiar with the band, they are quintessentially a doom metal band. You know, they've kind of got doom metal influences with a touch of trad in there as well. But I think that Khemmis' biggest secret weapon is how they wield melodies. Now, this could be either Phil Pendergast's fantastic vocals or the guitar lines that kind of, weave their way around you. Living Pyre is a great example of these kind of weaving melodies that really do kind of get under your skin. But I have to say a lot of this is due to not necessarily the guitar harmonies, but Phil's vocal harmonies. Phil has this amazing kind of combination of being simultaneously incredibly downtrodden, but also very defiant and quite heroic at the same time. I also think that he's expanded his range even more, and you can see this specifically on the verse of Living Pyre. And again, it's fantastic to see Phil really starting to grow into his own signature vocal sound. And House of Cadmus is another example. It has this sort of like melancholy layer to it. I also think that size is important. This album is only 6 tracks long, so even though some of the tracks are, in terms of like time, fairly long, it allows for a kind of ability to revisit the record. And particularly, it's tied in really well with the album's beginning and its end. And personally, I think The Astral Road is my favorite track on this album. It's like all of what we've seen from Khemmis so far, but then with this kind of like energetic punch, really. I also feel like there's even more contrast of, the heavier moments and the softer moments on here. And there were times where it really kind of reminded me of like Isis, Yob, Neurosis, that kind of vibe. And I think the key to what makes this album so great, and Khemmis really, to be honest, is their songwriting. There's so many like barely noticeable changes in dynamics that effortlessly push the song forward, and you don't even realize that you've kind of changed completely from where you were previous. And you can see that on the latter half of Shroud of Lethe, or Lethe, I'm not sure how you sort of pronounce it. I also feel like the drums are responsible for kind of keeping the energy to this record, especially when you've got Phil's vocals, which are often, quite slow, and the guitars as well. And of course, there are some amazing solos on this album, but it's all about, I think, the way that a solo is crafted, and that's what makes it so great. They may not necessarily have a million notes per second, but a Vernal Gates solo, it tells a story, which I always find is really important in a guitar solo. I also like the fact that the solos often aren't kind of that predictable. Normally it's kind of verse, chorus, bridge, solo. Whereas here it's slightly different, they kind of change things around, which keeps you on your feet, I guess. Khemmis have put together a spellbinding record, which, I have been listening non-stop for a very long time. And I will imagine this is going to be in a lot of people's end of year lists. It's very likely going to be in mine. But the true jewel of the crown here is their understanding of melody. They write catchy, melodic, and most importantly, memorable hooks that will really stay in your head long after 2021 has finished. So I hope you guys enjoyed this album review. If you did, it'd be great if you could hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you think in the comments underneath me as well. Also, if you're a Khemmis fan, make sure that you check out my interview with Ben and Phil. And I've also got reviews coming from Converge and also Obscura as well. So lots and lots of good stuff. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon.